Well, welcome to Bourbon Riders and the 5 bourbons I'm drinking now. From 25 to over 100, a few of them will surprise you. Well, you might remember about a year ago we did a show, the 5 bourbons I'm drinking now. It's not my 5 favorites, it just happens to be the 5 bourbons that I drink mostly off camera, and I put them in price categories so you get an idea of starting at $25 and going all the way up to over 100. What is the bourbons that I tend to go to? They change because I'm constantly bringing in new bourbons, so I figured it was time for a new list. So last year, what did we have for our $25 to $40? Let's take a peek. This Rebel Small Batch Reserve. It comes in at 110 proof from our friends at Lux Row Distillers. Now I'll tell you that Rebel Small Batch is still my favorite of all the Rebel. It is a wheated bourbon, and 25 to 40, you can't beat it. I don't see it in every store. It seems to be a little hit and miss, but they are out there. You might have to look a little bit, but still, that is a wonderful wheated bourbon. But what has replaced it? Well, I do like a good cocktail. I do like a good old-fashioned, and I like a more traditional bourbon for an old-fashioned. So what am I going to these days in the 25 to 40? That would be the Cooper's Craft Barrel Reserve, otherwise known as Cooper's Craft 100. It's getting a little harder to find. I don't remember why I'm seeing less of it. It could be that it's being discontinued, but I know I used to see it all the time. I don't anymore. Every once in a while I see it. Luckily for me, I've got backups of this in the whiskey vault. So I seem to remember this being $35, $36, just about any place I'd go when you could find it. It's a great bourbon whiskey over the rocks or in a cocktail. I just happen to like this in my old fashions. So in the $40 to $60 range, last year I had still one of my favorite wheated bourbons out there. I don't go to it as much right now in that category, but what was that bourbon whiskey? Let's take a look. $40 to $60. What bourbon, and these are all bourbons, they might be wheated bourbons or rye bourbons, but they are still all bourbons, and nothing allocated. You should be able to find these, hopefully, in your area. So, the $40 to $60 category, what am I drinking? That would be this Bardstown Origin High Wheat Bourbon. And you just can't beat the Bardstown High Wheat. I actually like it better now than the Bardstown Black Label. They're bottled in bond. Both of them are wheated bourbons. I just like that high wheat. So it's still a fan favorite of mine. But in that 40 to 60, what am I drinking right now? Well, I'm kind of going to this. Another wheated bourbon, the Seal Box Wheated Bourbon Whiskey 107. Now, it doesn't quite beat my Weller Antique 107. I put it in a blind, but damn if it didn't come close. This is a wonderful wheated bourbon whiskey for around $49. If you're a member of Seal Box, you usually can get it shipped for free. If you're not, and this is your first time shopping at Seal Box, we always have a discount code in the description, and you can, if you use that code, you can usually get $25 off. I think there is a minimum purchase to get $25, but still $25 is nothing to sneeze at. Get you one of these Seal Box wheated bourbon whiskeys at 107 proof. So in the 60-80, things have changed. Well, pretty much everything on this list has changed from a year ago. I went to Kentucky, was a month or two ago now, with our friends Daniel and Jamie. And we stopped by the Pursuit United storefront on Whiskey Row. Oh, and I found something that's absolutely wonderful. Oh, before I say that, well, what did we have last year? I'm getting ahead of myself. It's funny. Another Pursuit. Let's take a look. This Pursuit United. This is their double oaked bourbon. It is 108 proof, and it is wonderful. So I replaced one Pursuit with another, right? This one is the Pursuit United Twice Toasted Bourbon. It replaces my Double Oak. Now, I still love both of them, but this Twice Toasted is just wonderful. And I think I paid $64, $65, something like that. I'll be putting the price on the bottom of the screen of all what I paid for these bourbons. But in the $60 to $80 range, this is what I'm currently drinking. Now, last year in the 80 to 100, there was a Double Oak. And which one was that? Let's take a look. In the $80 to $100 category, what am I drinking? Another Double Oak. That's right, the Peerless Double Oak. Also, actually 108.5 proof. Now that Peerless Double Oak is still probably one of my top 3 or 4 Double Oaks out there. But a new one from Jack Daniel's, a toasted bourbon whiskey, has taken over that spot. And what is that? The Jack Daniel's Heritage. In fact, it's what I'm drinking now. Cheers. That toasted goodness is just, toasted marshmallows all day long. This is my favorite Jack Daniel's, and it's in the $80 to $100 category. It's a little harder to find than some of these others, but don't pay over $100 for it. It's good, but it's not $100+ bourbon. In the 80 to 100, absolutely. Well, now we're at our last category, $100 plus. And that's getting to be a growing category. If you've seen a lot of these limited releases, unfortunately, I don't go above $100 very often, but occasionally they are worth it. Last year, my $100 plus was Widow Jane Decadence, which is funny. It didn't used to be a $100 plus bourbon. You know, it's finished in maple syrup casks. It's one of the best bourbon whiskeys out there, best finished bourbon whiskeys out there. It's a 10-year-old bourbon whiskey. I just love the flavor. I love that hint of maple. It's not too strong. It's my go-to on a lot of nights that I want something maple. But something's replaced it, and it's not maple. It is finished, and what would that be? That would be this Penelope Omega. This is part of their estate collection. It's an 11-year-old bourbon whiskey finished in French oak barrels. It's part of this year's reserve collection. It is a little hard to find. I know you can get it up at the Luxrow facility where they stock the Penelope. You know, that's all part of the, Ross Squibb, MGP, whatever you want to call it. If you go to Luxrow in Kentucky, you can find this Penelope Omega, hopefully still on the shelf. So that's my choice for $100 plus bourbon. I'm looking for a backup for that because I think it's going to go away pretty darn quick. These are the 5 bourbon whiskeys I'm drinking now. Let me know in the comments, what are you drinking now? And have you had any of these? Let me know what you think. So as always, please drink responsibly, never drink and drive, and we'll see you next time.